Hi everyone, my name is Fiyinfoluwa and I'm here to speak on my grateful story. My story goes like this. One day or one early morning in 2019, that was about 6 years ago, I was going to drop my daughter in school with a neighbor's child. And after I dropped her, I had a bad car accident. It happened so suddenly and everybody couldn't figure out what happened. It was so sudden. I was the only one driving on the road practically, and my car swerved to another car that was parked and practically pushed that car that was on park and rammed into another building. It was really bad. Some people came out and started saying all sorts of things like, "Oh, they can't believe that happened." Someone said they felt a wind. Just different analysis was going on how the car accident had happened. But what I could remember was that as I was driving, I blacked out. Like I lost consciousness or I fainted while driving, and the accident happened. And at that point, I was already grateful. I'm sure you're going to be wondering how was I grateful? I was grateful that I dropped my daughter and my neighbor's daughter already in school before that accident happened. Like it literally happened after I dropped them. Like I was going back home and it happened. And I remember when it happened, I was a bit shaky, wondering what was going on, trying to contact the person that I damaged. He or his car, dropped my number, got the mechanics come and pick up, and I went home. And I remember getting home, I called my husband to say this is what has happened. And he kept on insisting that I go to the hospital to get checked. But I was just like, oh, I'm fine. I came out unharmed. Nothing happened. I'm okay. I'm just shaky. But he kept on insisting. And I think that day, my stubbornness, I'm a stubborn person normally, but I don't know. I just decided to go. So I went to the hospital, and on that day, the hospital was really full. And I was just wondering, oh God, I just came here for nothing. Like, I can't wait in this queue and everything. And suddenly, as I was sitting down, my daughter's doctor came and saw me. Normally, he doesn't come downstairs, he's a consultant. And just said, "Oh, Mrs. Amond, what are you doing here?" And I explained that I had an accident, but I just came to check myself and anything. I was like, okay, let's take her in for just normal physicals and everything. And I don't know what made him say I should go for a scan, just a scan, like a routine scan. And I went for the scan. And immediately doing the scan, you know how Nigerians radiographer can be. When they start making some kind of sounds or start looking at each other, you start knowing like, okay, what's going on? What are they saying? And I kept on asking, is there a problem? And it was jittery and like, oh, nothing more, nothing more. And I was already feeling scared that it seems like something is wrong. Like I'm not a child. Everybody is looking and murmuring and everything. And they said, oh, okay, that I can go to my doctor to get my results. And when I went upstairs, my doctor was like, okay, Ms. Zamond, an adult, I'll give it to you straight. You need to go in for an emergency surgery. Your appendix had ruptured. And I don't know why you're looking at me. Like, are you not feeling pain? And I was actually really confused because I was like, from where to where? Like, I came for just a checkup for having an accident, and I'm hearing I have to go in for emergency surgery. Immediately, I called my husband. My husband was confused. Thank God his office was close to the hospital, so he ran in and was like, "What's going on? What's this?" And everybody was like, "We don't have time. There's no time to be." It's almost like there's no time to be checking time. That we need to move. And I like practically my life flashed before me. And you know how you woke up one morning taking your daughter to school, and the next thing you're being wheeled in for surgery. I can remember I started saying, if I don't come out of it, tell my daughter. My husband was already saying, what is this rubbish you're saying and everything. And it just happened. And I remembered during the surgery, the surgeons were really kind. They were playing music and everything. And I can remember the surgeon, it was an elderly person. When he brought out the appendicitis and everything, he kept on looking at me and kept on saying, I don't know, any God that you serve, I don't know, he really loves you, because I don't know how you're still here with everything that we can see right now as we've opened you up. And I remember that was February. I think it was a date to Val's Day. And after the surgery, because it was not a normal appendectomy, they had to like have tubes to drain out the fluid that was already leaking inside of me and everything. And I was just grateful for life at that point. I think that was also the time that we were having our second election that weekend or something. And I was just happy to be alive, because at that point, I was going through a lot at that point in my life. I had just left the bank. I think I was going through like mild depression. And, when the accident happened, I just felt like, God, why me? Like, what's going on? This expense when I'm not earning. I was already questioning a lot of things and everything. But at the end of the day, it turned out for my good, because I always tell people, if that accident didn't happen, I wouldn't have gone to the hospital that day. And if I had not gone to the hospital that day, I am sure I will not be here today. So, yes, that is my gratitude story. Thank you.